Come and sit down and shut the door. We gotta talk. It looks like Diddy is telling Jay-Z, baby, we ain't lovers or friends, y'all. We have a scandal today. And it was actually dropped in Tony Buzbee's latest papers. I did a huge live about it. If you guys don't miss it, don't worry. I'm gonna give you all the quick version, but baby, I promise this is good. This isn't just any scandal. This is a billionaire brother backstab you, baby. We ain't friends and we ain't friends. Woo! Listen, Jay-Z has been in court running his mouth, barking at Tony Buzbee. You're charging, you're this, you're that. Well, guess what? Remember when he was swearing up and down? First of all, this couldn't even happen because the Jumbotron don't exist. The house doesn't exist. Remember how everybody on YouTube was like, the house doesn't exist, the house doesn't exist. And we were like, yo, that house exists. Well, guess what? Busby has gone into court and pulled out receipts to prove that what Jay-Z said in court was a big fat lie. Y'all, Jay is going down for this one. And here's the worst part. Well, good for us, but bad for Jay-Z. Diddy just sat there and let him do it. This is so bad for Jay-Z. We need to unpack this. Okay, let's get into this, right? Now, let's start from the beginning because this situation is messier than a love triangle from reality TV. I'm just saying. So, as you guys know, Jay-Z is currently going to war with Tony Buzbee. Also, you guys, he is going to war with Tony Buzbee, but our sources have told us that is the least of his worries. In less than 10 business days, he will be rocked with something so horrendous. I don't know if he's ever going to recover. I did do a preview to what that was. That is my snap right there. If you guys are on Snapchat, make sure y'all follow me. I give exclusive previews of breaking content on my Snapchat, and I give other types of content too. So if you're on Snap, go ahead and give a follow. I promise you, you will not regret it, right? Well, and you know, he's been going to war with Tony Buzbee about this lawsuit. Now, the funny thing is, one of the key things in the lawsuit is the house. The house. Remember how they did a whole big press conference? This house doesn't exist. It never existed. There's nothing in 40 minutes. And they brought up a certain house, right? They bought up a certain house. And the certain house, they said, and this is the house that we first found. We're like, yo, we think this is the house. It matches this girl's description to a T. The only problem was property records were showing that Diddy didn't purchase that house until a year later. Well, guess what? The house that allegedly played a major, major, major role in certain let's just say questionable activities. Listen, the house that she claimed that she was taken to and gang raped by Diddy and Jay-Z, right? That house with mysterious celebrity B after watching the VMAs on a Jumbotron. Well, y'all, listen, when the lawyer started pulling receipts, Jay-Z's team, and this is when they started dropping those things, Jay-Z's team, y'all remember, came out swinging, saying that house never existed. There's no record of Diddy owning it back then. It's all made up. They said this with their whole chest, like they were reading straight from the Bible. However, oh, baby, enter Tony Buzbee, who clearly has the powers of the FBI, the IRS, and Google combined, because he found the hidden property records that, by the way, we actually pulled up. But whatever, right? Also, investigation is investigation. He found the hidden property records. And guess what? Not only did the house exist, Diddy has actually owned it since 1998. And him and his companies owned it until 2023. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's bad for Jay-Z. So now Jay-Z's out here looking foolish because not only was this house real, but Jay-Z himself had been partying there for years. As a matter of fact, Busby goes on to say that Jay-Z actually had been partying at that mansion that he said didn't exist since 1998. And he was at that party. He was at a party in that mansion 2 months before the alleged rape, 2 months before the 2000 VMAs. Jay-Z not only knew about that mansion, but he was party, and Diddy threw lots of parties there. And apparently, Diddy would always brag about New York City to everybody in New York City about that mansion, and everybody knew. So that mansion that y'all told me Diddy bought in 2001, and I'm like, yeah, but property records are saying that he bought it before then. Guess what? It has been entered into a court of law that 100% does exist. So now, think about it. Jay-Z's out here looking foolish because not only was this house real, but Jay-Z himself had been partying there for years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he was front and center at Diddy's legendary parties, drinking, networking, woo, doing the electric slide. You're so tender. Ow, even if you walk, telling and the talk, it was over me. Yes, so he was doing even the electric slide at the exact house he claimed never existed. Y'all, can you make this make sense? Jay-Z, you won't have to come to the front of the congregation because we actually need answers. But here's where it gets even juicier. Diddy sat back and let Jay-Z dig his own grave. He didn't warn him. He didn't say, hey, bro, maybe don't swear on national television that this house never existed. He didn't say, hey, bro, like, right? Nope. He just let Jay-Z embarrass himself. And you know Diddy had to be somewhere watching, eating popcorn. Like, yo, damn, that's crazy. Again, I think Diddy got his lick back for Jay-Z saying they weren't really friends. I think he got his lip back for Jay-Z saying he wasn't involved in any of Diddy's crimes. I think he actually got his lick back. But it gets more and more and more intriguing, okay? Because you got to think, I know people saying that Jay-Z and Diddy are not working in tandem, or their lawyers are not working in tandem. And it's kind of like the enemy of my enemy because they both need to take down Busby for different reasons, right? Or maybe for the same reasons. But this lets you know that Diddy had a web of property holdings. And he somehow thought that either he wanted Jay-Z to go down, or maybe he thought nobody could ever get through the little property holdings. Jay-Z, well, the question is, did you know Diddy owned that property? And you were just going along because you thought it was so hidden? Or did you really honestly think that the property didn't exist? Now, you could have maybe not known that Diddy owned it, but you have been partying at that property in 1998, in 1999, in 2000. As a matter of fact, they placed you 2 months before the BMAs. And the BMA after party is said to have been held there too. Lots of people have been there. I don't know, guys. This is getting juicy. Also, you guys, please follow me on Snap. I put exclusive juicy content. I'm telling you, something big is coming for Jay-Z. I talked about it in the live. I talked about it on Snap a day early, but I'm telling you, it's a lot. Okay, right? So listen, let me talk to you about this. Why is this a big deal? Now, some of y'all might be thinking, okay, so what? It's just a house. No, 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 no. This isn't just about the house. This is about control, deception, and straight up playing people in the industry. Let's break this down. First of all, why was this house hidden in the first place? Property records are public information. So if it was that hard to find, that means someone went through a lot of trouble to bury it. And that begs the question, who else, what else is actually being hidden? But it's more. Second, if Jay-Z was at those parties, why did he think that house never existed? I'm just saying, does anybody have an answer? Like, was he expecting Diddy to cover for him? Did he genuinely believe no one would find the receipts? Or was he just blindly following whatever story they came up with behind the scenes? Third, third, this makes Jay-Z look shady as hell. There, I said it. It makes him look shady as hell. The fact that he was so confident in that lie only to be proven wrong in a court of law. The fact that all the media knows this and they are staying quiet too, it makes you wonder what else he's willing to lie about. And if Diddy let Jay-Z embarrass himself over something as small as a house, what else is he holding over him? I don't know, y'all. And finally, this opens the floodgates for more dirt to come out. If Tony Buzbee was able to dig this up, what's stopping him from finding more? Because now we know for sure Diddy has secrets and they're not as buried as he thought. But y'all, let me tell you something else. Busby right now does not seem to be the one to mess with. He's coming for all the hidden truths in the industry. Think about it. He's already exposed how the house was buried in property records. He's already linked the Jumbotron evidence to the plaintiff's claims. And now he's basically calling Jay-Z a liar on record. On record. This is not someone you want on your bad side. And let's not forget, Busby has been winning his cases left and right. If he's got more dirt, it's only a matter of time before it actually comes out. And I just have to ask, if this is what Busby is revealing now, what's he going to reveal at trial? Seriously, what is he going to reveal in trial? I'm interested to know. What is he actually saving for later? Okay, now let me just say this. I I am gagged about this. I really am. Jay-Z really, this is actually biblical. He really thought he could get up there and talk about no house exists. Like Busby wouldn't just hit the control F on a real estate database and expose him. That's embarrassing. But what's even worse is how Diddy played him. Think about it. Diddy knew what was coming. He knew the truth would come out. But instead of giving his so-called friend a heads up, he let Jay-Z make a fool of himself. And that, my friends, is what we call a power move. If Jay-Z wasn't already reevaluating his, I would say friendship, but Jay-Z already said it was an associateship. He definitely should be now. Listen. All right, listen. I want to hear your thoughts on this because the layers of betrayal are deep here. One, I have a couple of questions, and I want y'all to discuss in the comments. I'll jump in the comments with you. Do you think Diddy intentionally let Jay-Z embarrass himself? That's the first question. Two, why do you think Jay-Z was so confident in that lie? Now, do we know if he's lying 100%? No, but you've been in that house multiple times, according to Tony Buzbee. So how did you forget now? And you even had your lawyer up there saying this stuff when you knew. And three, what do you think Busby is going to expose next? Because at this point, I feel like he's got a lot more tea and he's just waiting for the right moment to spill it. Listen, drop your thoughts in the comments, okay? And don't forget, like, subscribe, follow me on Snapchat. There are exclusive because this story is not over. All right? Anyway, y'all, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.